Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. This is a classic game from old Money Tourney from 2008, I believe. With this one's between the big ones going to ZEF. Looks like first land, absolutely no mass extractors, 4 power generators. Maybe he's gonna, yeah, he looks like he's gonna go for that rock or something else. And he's taking on Tag Pebble. He's going with a very heavy land build here. It looks like total of 6 power generators. And also both players are choosing not to make any mass extractors with the ACU. Well, actually no, take that back. Pebble is going to make one. And early mech marines coming out for Pebble. So a little background on this game. Well, first of all, I gotta thank Toe Jams giving me a whole bunch of replays from the past. This is where I got this replay. A lot of great footage. I want to try to find some good games in there, and we'll see what happens. It looks like the big one has changed it up a little bit. Just 2 power generators and a mass extractor, a couple more power generators. And an early engineer looks like he's going to pick up a mass extractor plus a rock. Both players being very aggressive. We see artillery. This is interesting placement on the artillery. He's going to put them up on this ledge. Way shoot down on anything that wants to get that rock. There's also a mech marine coming in from Pebble. Put this up +1. Looking for any engineers that might be expanding through the top channel, but so far big one has nothing, and he's gonna send ACU in that direction. Nice to see radar with that mech marine from Pebble. Pebble's known for his ridiculously good mech marine skills. Some more engineers, actually some undefended engineers. Now a tank comes out. It looks like, yeah, now the scout is gonna look for any possible targets. There's also a scout here from the big one, so he definitely knows what's going on, and this tank is going to provide enough security, except perhaps for that engineer from the big one. And now we are looking at this artillery being, it's not really the unit you think about in terms of rating, but that's what the big one's doing. That's very interesting. He's actually attacking power generators. He already took out a power generator. That's the difference between a mech marine and a arty. Arty can destroy power generators very quickly. Great work here from the big one. And now we're going to see this fight. Looks like Pebble has split the mech marine already with 1 kill. Looks like that mass extractor, that engineer is trying to get the rock. And here we see the mech marine dodging the shots from the tank and actually avoids the tank. And the scout from Pebble has just marched directly into big one's base, but then dies. And this is a survivor with 2 kills. 1-star mech marine, and now we're going to see some tank on tank action. A few tanks for Pebble. Actually 2 tanks, both on top and bottom. Nothing through the middle yet. And Pebble is rebuilding his power generators and mass extractors. The artillery has been taken out. Finally, the 3rd land factory here at 340 for Pebble. And 3 more land factories actually planned for Pebble. It's all going to be ground, and this mech marine from Pebble continues to do damage. Now it's shooting a power generator. Hopefully he doesn't forget about it. We do see some tanks coming in. It looks like he's going to go after this engineer, and is not successful. Tanks take him out in time. See a pretty big group here. Well, 2 tanks, 2 scouts, and we see 4 tanks, actually 5 tanks from big one. Actually no radar with these, so Pebble should be able to see this group and retreat. We'll see an engineer here from Pebble getting these rocks, and this is a battle that the big one will win easily with his numbers. More units coming in that direction, as well as the ACU. The situation on the bottom, we see some 2 tanks here hiding from that Pebble, and numbers advantage here for Pebble, and a PD planned. But otherwise, quite a few tanks here from the big one. We see ACU gains the first kills. 2 kills for the ACU, is going to get 2 more. And an engineer from big one being very aggressive, but it doesn't look like it'll live for too long. Pretty nice force here from Pebble moving in. So in terms of map control, very even from these 2 players. Perhaps a slight advantage for Pebble. See some walls actually built here by this engineer. It's a total of T2 land factory. This is awesome stuff from Pebble. All from big one. Completely didn't expect that. He didn't have too much power. But that really explains why Pebble has so many more units. So we're going to see Tech 1 land spam from UEF versus Tech 2. There's also two Tech 1 land factories for the big one. And the big one, knowing where Pebble's coming, is going to send his ACU in that direction. That's going to be a good move. So ACU versus ACU, and T2 should be able to dominate elsewhere on the map. We see a group going through the middle of the map here. It's the high point directly into Pebble's base. And the big one has caused Pebble to retreat with his units, but now we're going to see ACU and ACU action. And perhaps Big One should think about getting some reinforcements to his ACU. We do see his T2 having some success against Tech 1. Although this Tech 1 is sneaking in. And this could be a bad situation for the Big One. He's staring at a superior force and actually being aggressive. And unable to shoot because of the elevation here. And actually Pebble retreating. Perhaps he just wants to suck the big one in, and looks like he is going to be following. He only has 3 tanks in support. Good defense for Pebble in the middle. So still big numbers advantage for Pebble here. This Tech 2 hasn't really been paying off, and looks like big chunks of mass here. The big one forgot to micro, and artillery has taken out his Tech 2 units. Big one going down to less than 9,000 health, retreating, and actually Pebble retreating as well. Being very careful, and now we are seeing here in minute 7 the big one in quite a bit of trouble. Pebble is known to be an extremely good UEF player. We did see that early raid, and it doesn't look like this early push for T2 was a very good idea. Now we see the plan for Big One. He's going to try to get a draw. It'll be very difficult. He does have a shield that can give him a little extra health, plus multiple pillars. He's completely really abandoned his base, and Pebble is slowly destroying it. See Pebble with 9 kill overcharging the T2. The big one catching up, but we're going to see Pebble here with a massive army. Should see good micro here on the shield. He needs to keep it away from the units. Units get under the shield and kill it, and now before it's 9 minutes, the big one should be dead and actually self-destructs. So a very dominating game there from Pebble. We saw the big one do some really crazy things like the artillery, which worked really well for him, but this early push for T2 really allowed Pebble to take over the map, get superior numbers, and run the big one over. So hopefully people enjoyed it.